On. Let's find. There we go. Nope, nope, wrong thing. There we go. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Sentient Cloud. Been a couple days. I was busy doing other things and just decided to take a short break from streaming. So, all that said, let's get back to it. So, let me just kind of show you where I am at the moment. So, this stuff is fine. I had to make a few adjustments because I discovered that I do not need to put into these in order for this to work. That's only for format strings. So that worked out fine after I kind of fixed some of the issues. What else? I still need to fill in the library part, but I can worry about that later. I'm not going to be worrying about making a library for a little bit. So I just want to make sure that the binary part, where I can make a new binary and then build said binary automatically, I want to make sure that works. Okay. So in order to do that, I have to be able to read the file that I made. So the phaser or fazer. It's in Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, because I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny the way that people act when they hear about Lua. So that just kind of made me chuckle. I thought, okay, I'll make this Portuguese, because finding a version of the term make that is not already used for some build system is actually surprisingly difficult. So this is what I got. It says there's a chat message, but it does not seem to show up. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, all right. So back to this. All this stuff, I made some adjustments, but it all should work fine. The main thing that I am worrying about right now is reading this project file, because I need to read it and then determine things about the project, like the compile flags and the compiler itself and things like that. So what I'm going to do is work on that here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make some changes here, because one of the problems, let me open this in a split real quick. What is it? I guess test project. TOML, there we go. Okay, so one of the problems that I'm having right now is right here. As you can see, I'm including some compile flags, pretty basic stuff, the version of C++, the extra warnings, things like that. And down here in the release section, you can see, I've got some basic stuff like that here. The problem is these have spaces in them. Now, what that ends up doing, and it also has the equal sign, which I'm also getting rid of, and what this ends up doing is causing this to kind of fail, which is a problem. So what I need to do is make some adjustments to the sort of restrictions, the characters that are consumed by the tokenizer. So I think I managed to figure it out here. So actually, let's see. That is going to skip all of those. So this one should be fine. I don't actually need to do it here. I'll just go like that. This one, compiler, that needs to, let's see, there should not be any brackets or braces. And there shouldn't be spaces, so this shouldn't be a problem. What else? I think everything there is fine. There should be spaces in your compiler path. Theoretically, it's possible, and I may have to, make some adjustments in order to accommodate that, but I don't think it's necessary. So, whoops. We don't need it there. We do need it in the compile, because this is where the flags sit, and the flags are a particular case. So I'm going to do this. Debug is there. that should be sufficient. I want to go ahead and copy this because I want to know roughly what's in there. Okay. And then this, that's not really relevant. Let me go ahead and try running this. Unfortunately, running this is a little complicated. Oh, shoot. Get out of there. Get out of there. Okay. So, unfortunately, due to the fact that this current project is kind of not really working, I have to do something kind of insane. So let me just make sure to run all this, and then I need to go into the test project and then run this. Okay. It's not a number of std because I don't think it must not have been included. So as you can see, many errors. Oh wait, never mind. Hold up. I think that's probably something just in test project. So hold on. Let me just. Did I forget to? I included it. So why is that? It's not a member of std. Okay. Okay, so it is getting those. Hold on. Let's get out of there and. Jeez. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Oh, you know what? Hold on. It might be. Hold on. I'm getting. What's in there? Debug is there. So be project CPP. Okay. I need this. Okay, so compiler. I need to know what this command actually says. So let's look at here, print line. I should see if there's an easier way to do this, because frankly, this is kind of annoying. Okay. Command. Just copy and paste this everywhere that I am doing it. Unfortunately, this is kind of a silly setup. Yeah. Okay. So, just want to make sure I see what the that's fine. Okay, so we're using G++. Getting, oh wait, we're not getting the, okay. So not getting debug flags, which I need. Not getting, standard. Okay. Up here, okay. Okay. So right here, token debug. Okay. So let's get rid of this. And we'll also get rid of those. Okay, actually, there's a couple. So, there's a couple problems here. How do I want to do this? What I could do, as kind of sketchy as this is see, we've got the compile token, so I'm just going to go ahead and look for that. And okay, so we'll get rid of this. Hold on. Let's see what this gets us. So I don't particularly need either the quotes or the new lines. So let's see what we get there. Okay. All right. So we've got that. So I need to do it again. So I think I need to run that twice, and that should get me to the actual commands, which is obviously what I need. Jeez, come on. Come on. All right. That again. Oh, undo. Done. Okay. Jeez. Yeah. Testing this is proving quite a challenge. Okay. Fatal error, no input files. Okay, so it's getting that wrong. So build, yep, has main.cpp, which it shouldn't have a main.cpp. However, that is at least a step forward because it is compiling. Okay. So got the compile step. Okay, why? That's the larger build object. So I want to go here. Hold on. Right, okay, so it's, where is, here we go. Turn lexically relative to, okay, base extension. Okay. Wait, hold up. That's why. Wrong way around. Wrong way around. This needs to be Oh, this needs to be done. CP. Okay. Okay. Yep. All right. Such file directory. Okay. All right, so it did not create a bin folder. Not sure why it didn't, because it really should have. Create. Yep, okay. It's there. Both. Okay. There we go. Okay. Because I didn't make yeah, I didn't make one. Okay. So fs directory bin name / bin. Okay. Let's see. So is there anything else I want to get for this? Okay. I think that's everything that I really need for this. So, okay. Might actually make some of this stuff put into some other kind of file, like something that'll include all the various files that I need to make. So anyway, we're not going to worry about that for now. So let's try this. So, okay, go ahead. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and build. Yeah. Okay. 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 Let's go ahead and go to test project and do the thing. Nothing in there. In there. .cpp looks good. Tests, test. Looks fine. Laser.tunnel. Everything there looks fine. Okay. Now it's time to test this thing out. Right, because it's got test project. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Let's go ahead and just edit this real quick. Yeah, this should be relative to the actual directory it's being used in. And we've got a working or a compiled binary. Now, if I do nice. Okay. We are getting there. Okay, cool. What else? What else? Okay, let's go ahead and fix that real quick. I'm going to go ahead and actually, I can't really use, oh shit, I can, hold on. Back up, and we'll do test project phaser.toml to this folder. Okay. Go ahead and do, make sure and edit it. So, okay, this is phaser. The this can stay the same. That's fine. I think all of these are fine here. Okay. Let's try this. So, bin phaser build. These work. I think I need to actually make some adjustments. Hold on. Let's go here. Let's just yeah. Do hold on. We'll go here. Go ahead. Do comment. So I won't change any. Okay. Okay. So we appear to have a working binary. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and copy. So do that. Just in case, because I want to make sure and kind of, you know, make sure the progress is maintained. I suppose I could use Git for that. I think in this case I want to do it this way for now. Okay. What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay. I need to do some, probably some cleanup. Let's oh, tests. Let's get test stuff done. So, there we want to go to here. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do else if string rb test, and that's 5 characters. Okay. So yeah, project read project. Build objects. And then, actually, you know what? I need to, I'm not going to do it this way. Hold on. Split, and then we'll go to CPP. I think I have a build test or tests function somewhere in here. Somewhere down. Yes, I do. Okay. I am going to ignore the build library. I should probably fill in run binary while I'm here. Just because that's kind of important. I don't know if I actually need write project, but I'll leave that where it is for now. Okay, run binary. This one's pretty simple. Just do system bin slash this binary. That's okay. Just make sure. Why is it not doing that? What's Why is it unhappy? Hold on. Machine function color system. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Oh, right, because it's not a... Hold on. Hold on. Let's do... Just... I can't quite do that. Let's do that. It's ugly, but that should work. So we're good there. All right. Oh, and I need to make sure this. Just hold on. Because I'm pretty sure the binary is named something slightly different. While I'm here, let's go ahead and fix that little issue. Is the binary. Binary. There. Perfect. Okay. And let me just... This does not need to be there. So in this case, this is just going to make a path that's going to be lib/lib, and then I'll append name and .so. I probably should also include functionality for compiling dynamic libraries, but in this case, I am not too terribly concerned just yet. I do need to make it so that I can add libraries, because otherwise this is going to be a really quite an unfortunate. It's not going to work too well. So, okay. Let's go here. So we've got this. We're going to call project dot build tests, and then project run tests. So those two are going to be separate. Okay, let's go to build tests real quick. So I just need to go grab all of the stuff in here. For okay, so for run tests, if hold on, let's do build tests first. Okay, if build objects return secure. All right. Okay, so I need to go ahead and grab all of the objects. So object, it's going to be the same thing as before. Cursive directory iterator. And fs directory entry. Might need to do some more thinking on this one, but we'll worry about that later. Okay, if 0. Let's go ahead and make sure we exclude. Should we exclude that? Continue. So we do not want to include build main.o because that's going to have main function, obviously. Okay. Make sure I specify here string command. Let's do string object. It's just going to be 0, an empty string. And then basically just do the same thing here. So okay, so we've got all those. I need to build the command, and in order to do that, I'm going to go do something like this. So get I need think here a minute. So basically, I want to make sure a couple things need to be taken care of. One, I need to make it so that the tests will actually get removed when the binaries will get removed when the tests no longer exist. So that's something I do need to take care of. I suppose I could just not worry about that and sort of leave that as like a stretch goal. I don't really want to. Yeah. Tests, and then recursive directory iterator. This can be in tests. Hold up. Okay, make sure that's actually named correctly. Otherwise, it's very sad. There. Okay. If extension does not equal CPP, continue, because there is a test.h file that is just going to hold all of the various kind of little tools that I have for making tests. I can show you guys that if you are interested. It's not anything particularly amazing. This needs to be renamed, otherwise I'm going to be sad. Okay, now what I've got here, so I guess if might need a little helper function to do this. You know what? I'm just going to, I'm not going to test, for now at least, if the test exists or not. I'm just going to build them. Okay, so let's do string command, and we'll put that outside because it's probably going to end up being used. So std string command equals what we need here. Let's do that. Okay, so and equals, you know what? We'll just do it. No. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Okay, so first off, we need the compile command. In fact, actually, I can kind of just copy this here little bit. Except I need to get rid of these, and then actually I do need to get a hold of the hold on. Okay, hold on, let's do it this way. So to return that, and that's going to, I'm using this often enough. I should probably go ahead and just make the replacement, but I'll worry about that. That should be my catchphrase at this point. I'll worry about that later. Jeez. Okay. Test to bin, I guess we'll call it that. And that's just going to be test. Let's go do this. So it's going to be something like return test dot. So bin, and then test dot path. Can I lexically relative? I think it would just be test that path, and then place extension with empty. So we lose the extension. So it's going to put it in the bin folder, and cool. Okay. So to this. Okay, so right here, I'm going to start by doing path bin equal bin. I don't want to name it bin. I guess let's call it test bin. That's going to be test to bin, and let's rename this real quick. That should not be tests plural, it should be singular. Give it the path type. I need to get rid of the, so I small aside, I've been using a lot of plugins from the Mini kind of I don't know what you want to call it, like a plugin repository or whatever. It's a guy who's made like a bunch of different plugins. Some of them are kind of neat. Others, like the completion one, seem to cause this weird visual bug. I don't know why. It's rather annoying, so I might need to take some time and fix that. Anyway, that's, again, aside. Okay, if, what is it? Test dot last write time is greater than so we'll do this try directory entry test bin last write time, and let's hold on, actually this should be slightly different. Okay, let's put this down a level. Okay, so basically it's only going to try and rebuild if this, and oh, hold up, before I do that, see what happens if it doesn't exist. Let's see, last write time on a non-existent file. CPP reference here. Okay. throws file system error. Underlying parameter to the ls error code. Executes. Okay, so doesn't really say. So that's unfortunate. There's no clear indication if that is indeed something that happens. So I'm going to do this. Just going to go ahead and check. Exists here. Does not exist, then we'll continue. Or not, sorry, we won't continue. Let's see if it exists. Let's do it like this. So, that's okay. That's unfortunately kind of unhelpful. It's frequent. Yeah, okay, that doesn't matter. No. Doesn't exist. We'll throw fast. Okay, so we will throw an exception. That's kind of annoying. I realize this is a bit, this is not in character for C++. Hello. I realize this isn't in character for C++, but I really wish it had just returned like a 0, right? Because, there's no reasonable situation where you have written a file at the beginning of, oh gosh, what is it? What's it called? Basically the beginning of computer time, so to speak. I mean, it's more of a hobby of mine, so like I just do this on my own time, but anyway, okay, so that exists. Guess I could do it the other way, which I'm not particularly fond of, but it's better than literally nothing. Okay. Let's go ahead and change up the formatting a bit. One thing that I want to try doing at some point, I've never seen an editor that does this, but it seems like it would be possible. What system you're developing? So I'm trying to make a build system for C++. The options that I saw available didn't really appeal to me for building C++ projects. And so I've decided to kind of work on making my own here. So, okay. No, actually, we don't want to return. To continue because I don't want to necessarily skip all of the possible tests. Okay. I suppose I should probably also have build tests. Actually, I could put that into run tests because that's not something that needs to build anything. And I could theoretically remove a test and not have build actually do anything. Yeah, so let's do it that way. Okay, so for yeah, let's do tests in tests. And before we do that, we'll do No, it's already building the tests, so that's fine. Okay. Sure that's there. Okay. It's cursive iterator, and this needs to be in the bin folder. It's going to be slightly sketchy, but let's see. So if equals so we don't want to worry about the binary, and then do whoops path test source. It's just going to be go up here real quick. Down. Okay. And it's going to be relative to test. Nope. It's relative to bin. Okay. And then replace the extension with .cpp. Let's go here. Hopefully that'll work. I don't know what replace extension does in the event that you are working on something that doesn't have an extension. So I suppose in that case, actually, it'd be easier, since I know what this is going to be working with, instead to just do something like can I just add? No, I don't think so. Okay. Let's hold on. Test that, and then test cpp and test. Okay, we'll do like that. Should work. All right, so go here, get bin to test. It's gonna be test.path. If okay. Actually, what to do? Remove. Let's see, is it get something like remove. That takes a path. Test. And then continue. So we don't want it to compile those. We don't want it to run them. We just want it to go and get rid of them. Okay. So from there, let's, I think it's going to be something like system. Format. String. Think that'll work. One way to find out, I guess. Okay. here. I'm gonna put in binary. Do that anyway. Okay. Actually, I need to write a test. So let's go to. I don't have a test folder here because this was never made. Oh shoot! Whoops. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's go copy this project. Tests test.h to test/test. I'll just do it like this. Okay. Cool. And let's go ahead and make a test real quick. A test, you could say. Okay. CPP. So let's include test.h. Just going to open that. Okay. So we test init test case, and we'll test just 1 = 1. Because I just want to make sure that this actually works. And report. Okay. Okay. So let's do old. Right. And filter test. Get file time. T.hpp. So what's going on here? It's the bottom of this. So if it doesn't exist, wait a minute, I think so now that's actually running that command. Okay. So we don't want the binary.string. We want, let's see, test bin. And that's getting a compiler, compile flags, debug flags, so it needs the actual test.path.string that needs to call system command.cstring. And let's go ahead and put in something to check if we fail to compile. Hold on. Let's do that. Oh. Let's put it here, just in case. do binary. I want to know. Actually, that can just be a string, doesn't that be a C string? Okay. Okay, so this needs to be test bin. Make sure to wrap this as well. It's to done. And this needs to. There we go. Okay, I think that'll work. So build. Okay, and then okay, so that's wrong. All right, let's say missing. Just get rid of these real quick. Don't need them anymore. Closing this. I am not closing that file. That things will go wrong. All right. Let's see. Okay, so it should be running tests. Let's see. So no. Tests. Okay. It's been. Okay, so it's not even building them. So what's going on there? Okay. objects as well. That's what's going on. It seems unlikely, but it's technically possible, and it's going to be a problem eventually, so might as well. Okay, what else? Test as return. Okay. Compiler, compile flags, debug flags, the output string. Objects. Okay, so what's going on? Extension doesn't equal CPP, then you move on. Otherwise, we convert to E, that's it. Let's see, relative plus extension. Is there a way to remove? Okay, so that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Okay, I need to start printing that out, but I've reached the end of the hour and I'm gonna go do some other stuff. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I should see you again tomorrow. So, have a great day.